different activities.
Born to a Kenyan mother and a Ugandan father, Jackline Wanjiru-Nwuzor remembers her early days where she had to shuttle between the two countries. Apart from her shared heritage, her scars bear the marks of both countries.
My mother was a businesswoman. She was in between Kenya and Uganda and other countries, traveling, doing stuff. And we spent quite some time living in Uganda. And I think, like any parent, I believe, in a marriage, the best decision was to have a houseboy. He raped me at 3 up till about 8. It's not something that I could have easily just gone to report. Because obviously rapists, when they do that, they will threaten their victims. So yeah, we stayed there until I was 8, and then we moved to Kenya. And then in 1994, my mother, who was a businesswoman and had already divorced with my father, went for business in Rwanda. She got caught up in the genocide and just didn't come back home. And so I was left home with my brother. And I think the best way to describe him, he was a troubled soul, because he got into alcoholism. And he was also very violent. At times his friends would go and, treat him over there, and he'd get his alcohol out there, but they would come home to Lipisha, if that makes sense.
At 17, Jackie decided to run away from it all and start a new life. She met her first husband, with whom she had a child.
It just got too dramatic for me. So I decided, I'm not going to stay here. A lot of people talked, from the neighbors to the relatives, people just writing you off. But I was very, very smart in school. And even though that was not my priority at the time, I felt like at least I have something. Like people are saying, write you off and whatever, but I'm like, at least my brain is still there,
She hung on to this hope and decided to try her luck in the US, where her sister lived.
So when I got to the States, I realized, hey, braiding, you can make money with it, because it was very expensive to do something like single braids. So that's what I did. I braided people first before I got, working papers and stuff. And then once I got that, I was also a housekeeper.
Jackie's dream to have a career pushed her to pursue nursing, but it was no mean feat.
I got fired from my job because I had gone to work with my child. So I worked in a group home because I can't afford my place. I left everything in the house. They told me you have to live by a certain date. So I just packed my stuff, my clothes and my baby's clothes, and I said, okay, we're going to live the next 3 months. And so we were staying in my car. That's where we're living.
With the help of a great support system, Jackie had a head start. Pursuing her career in nursing and even pushing it further, she took up a course in leadership that elevated her to a quality assurance and performance improvement manager. 20 years later, this wife and mother of 2 now is representing Kenya in the inaugural Mrs. Tourism Queen Pageant 2018, currently being held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, something that speaks to her love for singing, acting and modeling. And whilst pursuing her other interests in the entertainment industry, she is also gearing up to lend a hand and an ear to those that face sexual and gender-based violence through the Jamata Foundation.
Preferably, I would like to provide avenues of how they prevent it. But even for someone that it's already happened to, they have a place that provides them opportunity for healing, so they don't have to grew up with that thing. I didn't deal with my own stuff until I was 29. So for someone else that experiences it, I think the sooner you heal, the better you start changing your narrative.
Would she change anything about her life story?
Of course, when you're going through things, you're not feeling so positive about those things and feeling like, oh, let me just enjoy this because this is going to change my life. Like, you don't feel that way. But in retrospect, I'm glad that they happened. What else would I be doing? How else would I be influencing and inspiring someone?